Did you know that the #1 cause of homicide in the world is real estate? No, you haven't, because that's not the truth. That's a lie. A Bay of Blood stars Claudine Auger, Luigi Pistilli, and is directed by Mario Bava. What's up, guys? It's time to review that movie right there. I've been waiting to do this one for so long, ever since I bought these. Mario Bava is considered one of the forerunners of Giallo cinema, or one of the most popular. It's usually him and Dario Argento, and Fulci as well. Bay of Blood is a really important film in the horror genre because of what it created. This is a movie that actually, some might say, is the catalyst for slasher films as we know them today. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with this review. But first, before we get into this review, I want to give a few shout outs actually. First off, if you look at these pictures right here, all these beautiful people with Killer Flicks t-shirts, you got the Myers t-shirt, and then you got the regular like Horror Icons t-shirt. Nick Pusa, Isaac Erickson, Ashley Grady, and my good friend Thomas Davis. Don't they look amazing? If you want one of these t-shirts, you can get it at the Drumdums store. Just follow this link right here, this card, or you can see it in the info box as well. And also I have a special new design coming soon. It's, I guess you could say, Halloween 4 inspired, and it's on the way. Can't wait to sport that one. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my latest Patreons. Over the last month, I've had some new Patreons. Let me grab my computer here so that way I don't screw up their names, but I got Beth S., Greg Buzz, Devin Howard, Jeremy Baker, M4 Movies, Doc Sampson himself, Man vs. Films, and just today I got a pledge from Jonathan Brown. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate what you guys do for me. And just know that what you guys do ensures that my content can be the best that it can possibly be. I really appreciate it. And also, one of those patrons, Greg Buzz, actually sent me these two foreign films, Martyrs and Inside. Inside especially is one that I've really been wanting to check out. I believe it's a French foreign film. High Tension is another one that's one of my favorite foreign horror films. And this one I hear is pretty damn crazy. This one too, actually. So I'm looking forward to checking these out and reviewing them. But thank you, Greg Buzz, so much for these. Really appreciate it. And stay tuned for a special Stardust announcement after the review. So anyway, let's get on with A Bay of Blood. This is a movie that's actually been known by so many names. You got Carnage, you got Twitch of the Death Nerve, which is one that most people commonly refer to it as, besides A Bay of Blood. At one time, this movie, just to capitalize off of the success of Last House on the Left, was called Last House on the Left Part 2, and this movie predates that movie. It's crazy what marketing campaigns will do to sell a movie. But this movie came out in 1971, I believe, and when you watch this movie, you can tell that it is from a different era of cinema. It still has a little bit of that like 60s style bleeding over into it, which I really enjoy actually. I think that style suits a horror movie. And what I mean by that style is, I guess, the way Mario Bava moves the camera in his films, how there's a lot of like zoom ins and zoom outs and quick directional movements from the camera. This style of directing, I think, really is great for horror films, and I'm surprised it's not used as much today, because it really keeps you on edge. But at the beginning of A Bay of Blood, you have this countess, and she's in a wheelchair, and she is murdered. And right away they show who murders her. It's her husband. But then after that, somebody murders her husband, and they don't show who that is. But there is a suicide note left, so they try to frame it as though she actually took her own life, and her husband is actually thrown in the bay. And this whole thing really is about real estate. All the parties involved in this movie, they want to own that property. And so they will kill anybody in the way of that happening. And this is a movie that is a whodunit. There is a lot of twists actually along the way. Sometimes there might even be more than one killer. And normally I will do a spoiler review for older films, but this is one that a lot of my subscribers might not have seen yet. So I'm gonna be pretty careful, but there might be some slight spoilers along the way, just a fair warning. But I'm not going to go crazy with the spoilers. So I still say you could probably watch the review, but I definitely want you to check out this movie. If you're one of those type of people that don't want to know anything about said movie, then you probably just want to watch the movie first. But I highly recommend it. Now, one thing that is so legendary about this movie is that Dario Argento himself loved it so much that he actually stole a print of it from a theater during its initial run. And I've read that still to this day, he has that print, which I think is freaking amazing. It kind of reminds me of Quentin Tarantino still owning a print of Black Christmas before Black Christmas became like really popular again in the 2000s. In the 90s, Quentin Tarantino had a print of Black Christmas. But the real thing that has kept this movie afloat, I think, is for its time, it was pretty damn controversial. And the kills in this movie are the stuff of legend. And they've been copied, actually, probably quite a few times. As a matter of fact, Friday the 13th Part 2 blatantly copies quite a few of these kills in this movie. You got the shish kebab kill. You also have the bill hook to the middle of the face kill. And then you got the wheelchair kill. That's broken into 2 different kills in this movie. In Friday the 13th, they knock it out in 1 kill with the wheelchair guy. Bill hook to the face. Crazy. Now, in Friday's defense, they do acknowledge that they were paying homage to this movie. So I'll cut them some slack there. But they really stole a lot of the kills from this movie. And I think the way it's done in this one is actually even better. And that is pretty shocking to me because Friday Part 2 is one of my favorite Friday movies. But for example, the shish kebab kill, it feels more like racy and authentic. And the scene actually breathes for a little longer than the Friday kill. The Friday kill is like really quick. But my favorite kill in this movie is actually when this group of teens, they show up at the bay after they hear that the Countess has been killed. The killer chases this naked woman with a bill hook and hooks her from the front and then rips her neck out. And it's a gruesome ass kill, it really is. But as far as like a horror fan goes, it's carnage candy. It's up there with still some of the best kills today. If they had like a list of top 20 or top 50 all-time horror kills, this would definitely have to be in there in my book. But also the ending of this movie really like shocked the hell out of me. And it comes out of nowhere. And I think there's a lesson to be learned with this ending. And again, a little spoiler warning here. I'm going to tell you the ending of this movie. So if you don't want to know the ending, then go away. But the ending is, after all is said and done, the moral of the story is everybody is killing everybody to get access to this property. And then after all is said and done, the last couple standing, their children actually shoot them. And it really just threw me out of left field. Like, out of all the twist endings, I would have never have guessed that one. Not to say that it's like one of the best twist endings ever, it just wasn't expected. Like, I'm not going to compare this with the Sleepaway Camp ending at all. You know, I guess that would be in the cons section. Like, I don't know if they should have used that kill, but maybe there's just a lesson to be learned there. Like money might not be that important because in the end, you might get all you want and then you might die as well. So I guess there is a lesson there. But overall, guys, I'm going to give this movie a super high purchase worthy. I loved Bay of Blood. It was so good. I prefer the name Twitch of the Death Nerve. But yeah, and plus it has one of the greatest horror covers I think I've ever seen. I love that cover. It's insane looking. And speaking of Sleepaway Camp, here is my little Stardust plug. I am going to be doing a Sleepaway Camp Revisited review, and I want to make one of you guys a part of that. You could be in that review, actually. All you have to do is A, follow me at Drumdums on Stardust, B, post your quick review of Sleepaway Camp, and after that, be sure to tag me. You can actually share it on Twitter and tag me through that. Tag me in any way you want, but just tag me, and then that will enter you in this. And then I can use you for a future review.
Sleepaway Camp, it was actually a pretty good movie. I would say that it was a good slasher movie from the 80s. I like the blood, I like the gore, I like the surprises in this film. So this one's for you, Drumdums, and that ending as well. What a dick.
But I might pick one, I might pick two, I might pick three people to post a snippet of their Stardust review in that Revisited review. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's a nice way for me to maybe put you guys in my review, let you show off your talents. So anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on A Bay of Blood? Looking forward to hearing them. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day, and on Fridays we do Free for Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.